refreshes the monitor. So they are able to get really cool graphics out of it, even though it wasn't stressful on the, or it didn't put any strain on the pet compared to normal games.
Hello,
Oh,
everyone.
hello.
It is
Why did
me.
you capitalize the C, by the way?
On what?
Overclock. It's just one word.
Because it wouldn't let me put OC running into the Twitch thing. It's like, oh, you might violate terms of service. I'm
What?
like, how? I just
How?
put OC running.
Anyway, yeah, the Commodore PET was awful. But it was used, like, almost everywhere in schools. Because you could daisy chain a ton of Commodore PETs to one disk drive.
Huh. Interesting. Legitimately. I'm not even saying interesting like I say to, oh, I'm done with this conversation. Nah, legitimately interesting. Let me get my music started.
So it was extremely cheap compared to other computers for schools, and actually did the job just as well as other computers.
Mm-hmm.
And it came with I believe it came with a monitor, so it was just the best deal for the price, I believe.
I don't know when my computer restarted, but it did.
I'm gonna sneeze. I swear to God.
You're gonna what?
Sneeze.
You're gonna sneeze?
Yeah, in like an hour or so. Oh yeah, and Sparky. So you know
That
how
screenshot, that's a blonde woke right there.
what?
Oh my gosh. Alright then. What were you saying?
So the Commodore PET, you know how Intel has really bad like um hard or they have issues with their CPUs and breaking really bad exploits with them.
Uh-huh.
The Commodore PET, someone found an exploit with that where if you insert a certain post command, it would throw the refresh rate of the monitor out of sync, and it could actually destroy the composite video output
Whoa.
and just the video chip in general. Meaning you'd have to replace that, which is expensive.
Alright then.
So it was that was like I'm pretty sure that was one of the only issues with it though, and they fixed that. I, the Commodore 64. Oh, Sparky! Imagine having 64 kilobytes of RAM.
Again, instant memory leak.
But that was back in actually you only had 38K available, but that was back in the was it back in the 80s or was it in the 90s? I have to double check. Commodore 64, yeah, 80s, late
Anyway,
80s.
to anyone here, hello, it is me again. I'm doing stuff. I've
No,
gotta
you're
really
not. You're
start.
just on the title screen.
I've gotta start practicing for the upcoming HDN marathon. So
418 points. Let's go, freebie. Oh, I don't like Rune Factory, sadly. Oh, 10 points.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, remember me getting 2 legendaries and like 5 ultras?
yeah. I remember that. Also,
I
my
have
CPU has decided to already boost to 5.1, and we're less than 5 minutes in.
I have 1 legendary, 3 ultras, a super, a rare, and 4 commons because I like the 4 commons that I have. And just getting rid of them because I find something better.
Alright then, let's get going, shall we?
And I'm not getting rid of Sophie ever. Like ever.
In a 3, a 2, and a 1.
Jesus. 70 degrees, 81. That's not optimal at all. 70 degrees to 75 degrees is where you want to stay. What? Is, 60 intense? Where the fuck are Uno speed?
I don't know, Matt. You should invent them.
You can see Sparky's overclocks to 4.2 gigahertz on all cores.
On a stock cooler.
Which is garbage compared to what he's going to be getting.
I'm going to be getting a new cooler fairly soon. Should be able to let me overclock further. Because, like,
it's a Noctua cooler.
I have a 650 watt power supply. My GPU rarely gets above 900 RPM on its fans. So the GPU is perfectly fine. The CPU...
What was it again?
What?
What was the cooler again?
The Noctua... The NH-U12S. But it's the special AM4 edition.
It has a 6-year warranty, apparently.
What, the Noctua cooler?
Yeah.
I lost track. Answering you made me lose track of menuing in Uzume
Good.
into parties. No, not good, you feisty thing.
What are they using for this? AMD Ryzen... Should be a Ryzen 7. It's a Ryzen...
Ah!
Oh, they're using the same RAM that I have. Jesus.
I gotta loosen up my hands. Cause, like...
I think it's a Ryzen 7? Or it looks like a...
There'll
No,
be
it's a
moments where I freeze up, and that's not okay. I gotta stay loose.
Oh, it's a Ryzen 7 1700. I'm stupid.
Yeah, it was like a
Thermal
1700X.
performance- Thermal performance at 3.7 gigahertz on the 1700, which has about the same TDP, I believe. The stock profile manages a delta of 33 degrees Celsius while the fan is at max RPM. Or no, and while the fan is at max, it manages 31 degrees.
No! No! No, not Neptune.
This thing used to go for
This is
$20.
extremely hard to do. Cause I wanna be able to keep up with this first split, right? And I shouldn't really want to keep up with this first split. As long as I can get through the menuing without freezing up entirely, then it's a good split. But I kinda wanna get through it without really freezing at all. So it's tough.
140 watts TDP for this thing. 140 watt TDP is perfect for this thing. It's gonna run just as well as the stock cooler is right now at 140 watts on your CPU, which is your CPU is only 95. So
Went into the fight on the 28th. That was actually pretty good.
nah.
Are you gonna sass me about my menuing in the first split of this game?
Yeah.
What on earth are you doing?
What do you think?
I got caught on a random ass piece of collision.
That's your fault, boy.
I know it's my fault. What the heck? Whoa! Look at that!
-4, rainbow split. 3 rainbow split. You could have gotten -6 easily.
Yeah, I could have. If I
you
didn't get
caught on that stupid piece of collision, Sparky.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I remember the days when Vert got caught on the pole.
Oh.
Yeah, that happened.
443, I want more points!
Beg Nep. She won't give you them, but it's worth it to try.
What?
Beg Nep for points.
Oh, beg Nep.
Yeah. Our overlord Nep. What? This would imply that Nep is either a trap or a deep dark corner of the internet material.
No? That's not how that always works, Sparky.
I'm pretty sure it is.
No? Just eat him out, SMH.
Isn't that different?
I mean, depending on how you do it, yeah. But
I'm not getting caught on another piece of collision. It's not
by
happening.
the way, fun fact. If you blow into a woman's vagina, you can actually kill them.
Why did I need to know this? I didn't need to know this.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am very sure.
I wonder about that. 146, come on. Fine. Okay.
Like, if you were looking at my temps on my GPU right now, it's 55C. So my GPU temps are doing amazing. That means I really need to up my CPU game. Yes, good RNG.
Fuck, I have like less. Watch this bullshit. Look at that bullshit. Look at that bullshit. That makes me sad.
I'm sorry.
Sparky, give me points.
I can't. That's only in the next
Sparky.
update, which hasn't come out yet.
Sparky.
Battle Giratina, eh?
I don't know what game I want to play.
Earthbound.
No, I can't.
Why?
Because I'm not playing it without a controller that I can actually use with the game. My PS3 controller sucks for that game.
Alright. So what are you gonna do? Like, plug a Wii Classic controller into a Wiimote and use that?
Probably.
It'd work, definitely.
I have a classic controller and a favorite GameCube controller that I really like. Like, it acts exactly like a GameCube controller.
Yeah, I know what Wii Classic controllers look like and feel like.
No. It's actually a fight pad, technically, but
It's a fight pad?
yeah.
As long as it transmits data through the Wiimote, it should be okay.
It just plugs into the Wiimote. It's a classic controller, but rearranged. Like,
Is it third party?
It's PDP, but it's licensed by Nintendo. And every Wii game I've played works with it.
Well, yeah, it would work with a Wii.
Again, it's just a classic controller, but maps. We're not even maps. Just
As long as it transmits data through the Wiimote, it should be okay. Cause like.
Hell, this fucking Wii guitar is the exact same as a classic controller. It's just rearranged. That's all it is. Just a rearranged classic controller.
I really need to optimize my movement more.
Uses the Wii remote for the tilt sensor for star power and stuff. Which is really clever.
Yeah, and you can bind that with WinUsoft. AudioNet21 is now following. Hello, Arya. How are you doing? Sorry I didn't notice you. I don't typically pay that much attention.
Yeah, because Sparky is cool.
Surprisingly enough, the CPU never thermal throttles during these runs.
Yeah, because NetB2 is a pretty easy game to run. Especially for your hardware. Yeah, I don't think my thing is coming today. It's 7:30 in the morning and I haven't had to play office. Even though it says it's arriving by the end of the day.
Swole. Master Andrew Tensho.
What are you doing?
Hello, Tensho. How are you doing?
Well, time to go on PC Part Picker and look for a motherboard again. To make sure I want that motherboard still.
Oh no, I know it's you. I'm like, I said hello Tensho. Oh, it's Master Andrew Tensho.
Oh
Like,
god.
I realized.
Oh god. Oh. This Oris motherboard is $85 instead of $80. 2 PCIe slots, 4 RAM slots. It's B450. Two system fan slots, which is all I need right now. You have VGA. No, dang. It does have
Tensho says for you to
VGA.
calm down.
Stop kink shaming me. It's not very nice, Tensho. This $78 motherboard has free shipping and it has VGA along with 2 PS2 ports. It's B450 and B450. PCIe.
Are B450Ms any, like, really that worse than regular B450s?
They're the same, it's the same chipset, it's just B450Ms are all micro ATX.
Does that mean it's inherently worse?
Theoretically, it depends. Like, it depends on what you want, but
Yeah, like your system ease. But I'm talking about like solo GPU, 16 gigs of RAM, like generic stuff.
As far as I know, no.
Just wanted to know.
But this one doesn't have a heatsink on the VRM, so I'm not getting it.
I can't stop hearing you, or guy with computer parts. You're so lewd.
I have to have a heatsink on the VRM for it to be even a decent buy. The MSI is because it's not garbage. It has heatsinks on it. It has a heatsink, a giant heatsink on the VRM. Like two tin can slots, CPU fan, 4 RAM slots. What does it have for I can't tell. It's better than one. Actually, let me bring chat. There you go, pop out.
Is this a bet run or not? No, it's not a bet run. I haven't been doing bet runs for a while.
It has VGA. It has a VGA. It's a decent buy for $80.
I wanted to be able to reset some of my runs, so I stopped doing betted. If I'm gonna push this game further, I need to be able to. Like, my first split is ludicrously hard to not lose time on, so I wanted to be able to reset, and I did it badly.
Yeah, it does have VGA, so this motherboard's pretty trash for $80. Even though it does have the heatsinks on the VRM, so I can't say it's trash for everyone, but for me, I can't.
Do you not have an HDMI to VGA adapter?
I do, but I don't want to use it. Or I don't want to have to use it.
Alright, fair enough.
This one is the exact one that you were looking at. You were looking at your brother. So, I know all about it already. It's pretty good for the price. It's actually great for the price, $80. VGA, DVI-P, HDMI, a lot of USB ports. That's really good for the price. But I'm looking for something a bit better. That's, you know...
You look so shiny on my new monitor. Ooh, I'm shiny.
Lucky.
When did I have a face cam?
Getting a new monitor. I have to get a new motherboard before I can even think about getting a new monitor. And I have no money, so... If Biostar. The 350M? It's not compatible with Ryzen 3000.
Oh, a TN panel before this VA panel, and man, what a difference. Oh, neat.
Yeah,
144 cent, 1444 hertz and 1440p. Nice.
Yeah, 10 show. Remember, I have a 1280 by 1024 monitor that's 75 hertz with a 7 millisecond response time. This is garbage.
That was bad. I mean, it's not bad necessarily because I still saved time, but overall it was bad. I could have saved up to 12.
Come on.
I'm pretty sure I have a 1 millisecond response time, but it's only 60 hertz.
Yeah, I can't afford it.
Wham.
It's a good motherboard for the bio, but what does it have on the motherboard itself?
There we go.
NSI, are
Now I
you
need Noir, Blonde, and Ramen.
joshing me? NSI is trash as a low end.
So far I haven't mismenued very hard, so...
Specs, how many case bands?
Also, to improve stream further, I am going, to improve these runs, I should say, I'm going to be investing in a Noctua cooler. I'm getting paid tomorrow, so don't even think about donating for it. If you ever think about donating to me, think about donating to my friend Hazel first. Cause that'd make me more happy than you would donating to me. But, I'm going to be investing in a Noctua cooler for my CPU so I can push it just a bit further. Because if I'm getting to be able to do these runs on 4.2 on AMD's Wraith Prism cooler, it's pretty good. So imagine what I could do with a much better cooler. Either way, that should be coming in soon, and you should see me doing runs like 4.3 or 4.4 maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm getting $30 on Monday. I'm just gonna save it.
You're around 35C since you let your PC to cool down. Night!
My PC idles around 30 usually.
Yeah, my PC usually idles at around 45 to 50.
The nice thing about AMD, unlike Intel, Intel rates their CDPs based on like the least no load at all, like idle. But AMD, what they do is they stress their CPUs as hard as they can and rate TDP while it's being stressed.
So, like, me maximum running my CPU right now is only pulling
It's
like a
only
95 watt TDP.
Yeah, around that. It's actually more like 100 because you're running an overclock, 100 to 110.
Well, that's fine, because I have a 650 watt power supply, and I was only using around 500 watts before.
Just don't go over
5 gigahertz. Intel
Actually,
shills be damned.
that's
No,
still,
I did the letter!
theoretically, that would still only take 165 watts. Because that's about the same as a Core i7-9700K.
No, I'm not gonna push this thing to 5 gigahertz. What, are you crazy?
You probably couldn't anyway because it would crash before you could even get to 4.5. Almost definitely. Zen Plus and Zen in general isn't great for overclock in my opinion. Where they pushed it from 4.7 gigahertz boost to nearly 5.4 gigahertz with no problem with liquid nitrogen.
With the what?
With liquid nitrogen.
On the
And
what
that's
exactly?
the 3950X, they pushed it to nearly 5.4 gigahertz.
So what you're saying is second gen Zen is much better at overclocking?
Oh yeah.
Either way,
You
I
should
should
be
be
able
able to
to-
squeeze a bit more performance out of this thing.
The thing
I'm not
is,
even
the
out of
Ryzen
boost
5
ranges yet.
The Ryzen 5 3600 could probably boost to, or overclock to 4.7 gigahertz with ease. And it's already better than your 4700X at stock
Yeah, I know.
boost. For like half the price that yours was, or 1.5 times less. So theoretically, it should be able to get like a 20% increase in performance, not just from the overclocking, but like over yours with that overclock.
What, just giving it more voltage and allowing it to boost?
Yeah, the 3600,
Dang.
and that's why I'm going for B450 because B450 supports Ryzen 3000 without an overclock or a BIOS update, not an overclock.
You have to overclock your motherboard to support Ryzen 3000.
I mean, that would probably happen at some point. B450 M4 M2, useless. Also, the ASRock 570 X570 Taichi is nearly $300.
I lost 3 seconds? Darn.
This is a beautiful looking motherboard. 4 RAM slots. How many case RAM slots? I have to know.
Hi. Night.
So there's a pump. There's a CPU fan and a pump. So that's 1, 2.
I just
3.
wish I had a 1080p monitor for my secondary.
Yeah, I wish I had a 1080p monitor in general. You're
No,
complaining about nothing, Spark. Trust me.
I have a 1080 and I have a 1680.
Yeah, well, I have one monitor and it can barely even run 720p most of the time. So, you're complaining.
So what you're
about
saying
nothing.
is, I need to invest in getting you a new monitor.
No, but that would be nice. You don't need to, don't worry. I don't really want you to.
Buys 1440p 144Hz panel for Halo.
I couldn't even run that.
Yeah, I know.
I could probably run it with no games, but like as soon as I try running a game other than Clone Hero, or like an NES emulator, it would just die.
You could set it to run at 60 Hz.
Yeah, but even so, like 60 frames per second would kill my GPU at 1440. It already does at 720.
Gee bus. I mean, I was able to run 1080 60 on that 5850, but...
So, if I overclock my iGPU, I could probably run V2 in 1080p with just this iGPU. At high settings. That's how good AMD's iGPUs are.
Well, they're called advanced processor units for a reason.
I love the 2200D. It's a great APU. I swear to God, you can't get better for the price. But,
No, now you can get the 3200G.
Wait, but the 2200D is like $60 to $80 compared to the 3200D. It's $99 for like not even 10% increase in performance. So the 2200D is still a better deal. You're also getting the same cooler with the 3200D, but it runs a bit hotter, I believe. Actually, no, because it's 12 volt, so it would run about the same. So yeah, if you want that extra like 5% in performance, I'd say it's worth it. But other than that, there's no reason to get the 3200D or like anything. I mean, I would love to have an ATX, but it seems little Rising Chan works best with my ATX too. And plus, I don't want to have to switch out the stand-ups in my case.
That sounds lazy.
It is lazy, but at the same time, I'm just, I don't want to have to. X370, there are no X370 boards in stock on perfect.
No, not investment.
Why not?
Because I'm losing time if I go in there.
But why?
Why am I losing time?
Yeah.
Because it's an extra menu that I don't need to go into.
Okay, so the cheapest B450 motherboard or B350 motherboard is $65. The most expensive is $99. No, I'm fucking dumb. It's $159.79. But it's the B350M mortar, which has 4 RAM slots, 2 PCIe slots, 2 X8 slots. A gigantic ass heatsink on the VRMs. HDMI, DisplayPort, PCIe, cooling, PS2, ports, and 7.1 audio with SPDIF. That's not worth $160. Sparky.
What's up? Dear God, stop it. I know what I lost time on in Vert's run. In Vert's arc last run. You know how I lost 10 seconds in Vert's arc?
Yeah.
Remember when I went to the left in Golden Summit
No.
lane box instead of to the right?
No.
Because I did that. And that lost me at least 8 seconds I quoted at the time. In reality, it probably lost me more around like 10 to 12.
B320, huh? B320 is fucking... That's not even a thing. This comment's saying B320, it's A320. Actually, B320 might be a thing. Not with any B. There's B360. But not B320.
Pump the jams.
I don't know why people go for motherboards that can overclock if they don't plan on overclocking or like using the extra power from the RX in any way.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm over here with you. I go for an out of a crazy.
You're overclocking.
Yeah, but I didn't for like the first 3 months that I owned this computer.
Well, yeah, you don't have to overclock right away, but if you don't plan on overclocking at all, there's no point in getting such a powerful motherboard.
They want those high boost speeds.
For me, I have to have a powerful motherboard because my GPU uses the same socket as the
I don't know what
CPU
happened
for power.
with that save thing, but if I overwrote one of my saves accidentally, I'll remake it.
I believe, Sparky, I believe my APU...
If someone could clip that and go back and look and see if I overwrote a Neptune level 117 save, then would appreciate that. Because if I did, then I just overwrote my title screen save. If I didn't, then I overwrote some other save that doesn't really matter. It's very hard to see, so you're gonna have to look closely. If I overwrote my title screen save, again, not a huge deal. It may have just had my combos and sound setup, which is perfectly fine. I can really just reset those up. Especially if this run does well, then it'll be all worth it. Yeah, I don't know if I overwrote my title screen save though, which might suck.
You can always save again on the title screen though, right?
Oh yeah, I can. And I can remake that save fairly easily. I'm just gonna need to figure out eventually.
This case is fucking insane. Nearly, if you keep this up, Jesus.
If I go right instead of left in vert, I will be able to get up.
So the GPU, the CPU uses like 1.3 volts on the 2200D.
Mm-hmm.
So the APU at 400 megahertz uses. But yeah, actually no. At 2466 megahertz on all 4 cores, it uses like 1.3 volts to go
Nice.
So I'm putting a lot of voltage into this APU.
Yeah, jeez. No wonder you say your APU's dying all the time.
No, it's not that I say it's not dying necessarily, it's just my motherboard is shit and can't handle that. Remember, there are no heat sinks on the VRMs on the machine.
Yeah.
That's why it's not supposed to be able to overclock at all. But nope.
Whippity wappity wham. These fools get the slam.
Whippity. They're coming for this. Okay.
Oh, I got good aim! I shouldn't be saying I got good aim. The aim is purely up to the player, but like in that half second of aiming, it can be very tough to find good aim. No, not the shop! At least there's no events in the shop. Nice.
Matt saying that sub 59 just isn't possible.
Matt saying sub 1 hour isn't possible. Me, hold my Ryzen, builds $2,000 gaming computer solely for purpose of this game. Even still, like, this computer is around like 3 times better than my laptop in everything but CPU, but it still only gets me around 5 minutes on V2 that I couldn't get on my laptop. No, not the guild.
Oh, 3rd gen Ryzen for this Sparky boyo. Oh, even the 3600 is better than his current CPU.
Can't wait for you to get a 3rd gen Ryzen.
Even the 3600 is better.
Why did I put in Ramu?
And that's not even AMD's flagship.
Ramu is faster than Vert. I can't have her in because of Quest. No, actually I can. Ramu would work fine. New strat. New strat purely because of Miss Menu.
Rom kills them really fast, right?
Yeah, and her skill, because she's right beside Vert in positioning, her skill will actually work very well. And if it doesn't hit them instantly, all I have to do is, like, tap RB just the slightest a bit, and it will. And if that's slower, then I can just hit defend on Ramu. Which is around maybe a quarter of a second loss, then just straight going for Vert's skill. But...
Matt? Sorry, you talking about me.
No, that's alright.
Matt, if you're still here, we can safely say that the 3950X is going to be around 30% faster than what Sparky has.
Wow. Alright.
30% when directly comparing the two.
Guild, accept.
Okay, the 3900X is 14% faster single core and multi-core, or quad-core speed. It has 64% better multi-core speed. Because it has 12 fucking cores.
Overclocked to 4.5 megahertz.
Megahertz?
Megahertz. Yeah, see, Ramu works fine. Holy crap. Pure miss menu. New strat.
Megahertz, man. You know that was like...
Hazel, the miss menu paid off. Ramu is god. Look, her skill can hit both of them.
Jesus!
And that also keeps her in for later on fights that Vert can't one-shot.
Oh my god.
New strat!
Jesus Christ! Rom!
Cobras, she can just hit with her normal attack, both of them.
Jesus Christ, Rom! So this is way faster.
Yes, this should save me at least, like, maybe 5 seconds.
Fucking galaxy brain. Oh my god. At this point, it's an easy PvP.
Oh. I didn't have to use that second twig, so I technically got 2 twig RNG. With a new strat, no less. How cool is that?
Fucking insane. Jesus, Rom.
That wasn't actually bad RNG, Matt. The game just doesn't give you the quest notifications fast enough. So if you don't think you've got enough, then you go for it. I didn't have to use that twig. That was 2 twig RNG. Yeah, it like...
Dorothy wants to be the very best, but no one
With
ever was.
Escha and the Dagu man and Dagu lady,
Rom
neither
did
of your
a
characters
character-
can hit both of them, but you
Rom
can
did-
one-shot them with each character. I think Rom will be able to hit both of them even with her normal attack, and if she doesn't, she'll be able to hit one of them, and she'll already be in position, whereas Nepgear you have to move, and with Escha, you won't have to move Ramu much at all. Also, Escha will be able to be one-shot now. This, like,
Rom is
have-
OP.
I have the Galaxy Brain.
Rom is fucking OP.
Miss Menus creates new strat.
Fucking fan, don't turn off.
Like, Vert couldn't one-shot that boss either. Or I don't think she could anyway. There are very few bosses in Vert's arc that she can one-shot, even at level 400. So, it's very good to have a character there that can one-shot. Alright, I have to go right. I have to go right. Alright, I'm going right. There we go. For Neptune, you might not even have to move. You might just be able to straight hit. Oh my god, this opens up a whole lot more possibilities that I didn't even know were possible until I mismenued.
So you've saved that 10 seconds compared to your last run already.
Yeah.
Which is godly. That's like, it's perfect.
Oh, you have to put Gyro in front.
But that doesn't mean that you have to get rid of Ramu.
No, I guess not, huh? So that's why they're saying it's a time loss. That's only like half of a second though. And if you can make that up with Ramu here,
Which,
managed to mismenu a bit. But Ramu was in place for Dog Daddy.
which is perfect.
Breaking news, Mouse discovers new strats by mismenuing.
Mouse discovers new strats by making stupid mistakes.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, as you can see, that's Escha dead in 1 turn as opposed to the 2 turns that it takes Vert and Giru.
Rom is just a god.
3 seconds!
Oh my god.
Continuing to gold.
Sub 58 is more than possible.
I've already got sub 58.
I mean, with this run,
Oh yeah,
that's just not fucking fuck.
I just have to not choke.
Yeah. Just not choke.
It means I need to not build Choke City.
Daddy. Why are people messaging me? I don't like you guys. Movie PP. Wow.
What?
Movie PP.
I don't understand.
I don't either. The best part is, yeah, I don't. Do you have to run me in front of her? Yeah, sadly, but if only she stayed in front.
Yeah,
That would be like
but it's
the
required
best.
on AFIMO to have the CPUs in front, so it's just better to put them in back of your two fastest CPUs and use them. It might be slightly advantageous to put ROM behind Vert instead of RAM behind Vert, because she has the bigger attack hitbox. I got bad item RNG.
Yeah, but you still have 30 seconds at least.
Yeah.
Just to save.
Even if I choke heavily, I should still be able.
That was fucking stupid, by the way.
What?
You deciding to make that decision.
What, to put ROM in instead of gear?
Yeah, even if it was a mistake.
I invented a new strat. It saved me 3 seconds. Atrocious item RNG, Jesus. Should have just used D-pad menu, but it's alright.
Holy shit. You've saved nearly 3/4 of a minute so far.
I think I executed that well. As long as I have good movement here, I should be able to keep up with my BB.
Excuse me?
No, I need for this split specifically.
Oh, for this split.
Yeah, because it's very easy to, like, forget what you're doing on this split. So, I executed well because I immediately went for root build and I immediately went for the move towards it. So as long as my movement is good in here, I should be able to keep up with PB. But this split is very optimized as it is.
Yeah.
Unless there's a shortcut in this dungeon, which I don't think there is. But if Aaron or somebody's here that could tell me if there's a shortcut in this dungeon and I'm just not looking into it, please tell me. I'd love to shave off a couple more seconds.
Yeah, getting 3/4 of a minute in PB.
CPUs have now been put in GBJ.
Jesus, 37 seconds have been saved.
Alright.
Sparky.
Give me the Uzumim. And now it's time for Shaw refights.
Keisha is best shot. I know Bisha is Bisha and B stands for best, but no, Keisha is best. And Keisha. Keisha's good. Estra's alright. Like, she's not the best, but she's not bad. Bisha's just annoying.
Menuing in places was a bit shaky.
Yeah. But
What the? Whoa! Hazel, look! I just hit 6,000!
Jesus! What the fuck? Your CPU
My CPU is nuts.
I guess you could say it's hazelnuts.
Pretty much. What the hell is with my CPU? Matt, look at my max core speed. That's worth saving. You gotta remind me after the run to save that clock speed.
Here, I'll just take a print screen right now, just in case.
That's freaking nuts. You ever I remember like one of my clips from a long time ago just being like, you ever seen an octa-core hit 5 gigahertz? You ever seen an octa-core hit 6 gigahertz?
You ever seen an octa-core hit 20 gigahertz? Or 80 if someone did that with an FX processor.
The point is, it shouldn't be happening, and it is. And nobody can figure out why. I just look over, I like glance over at my CPU speed, I see 6048 megahertz, I'm like, what? It's gay?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's not straight.
Alright then.
So...
Heck, it doesn't listen to me even when I tell it what to do. Yeah, Densho, I hit 6 gigahertz.
Gigahertz is more than possible.
Lisa Sue comes in. My child, I see you have trained your Ryzen well. Now, allow me to introduce you to Ryzen 3000, which boosts to 9 gigahertz without you telling it to do anything. I'm not local recording this. Screw you, Matt. I never local record my streams.
I should start local recording your streams.
I mean, I definitely could. Because I now have a 2 terabyte drive. But... no, I just rely on Twitch.
Just get a separate PC for recording your gameplay.
I could do that, couldn't I?
Yeah, you could.
Use like my laptop and a capture card.
Yeah, and with like, put an external 4 terabyte hard drive on it.
Yeah.
Like, that would work.
I have a 500 gig hard drive and I do that. You have
Well,
no
guess
excuse.
what, Matt? Fuck you, I have a 240 gig SSD. And that's all I have.
I think I just haven't gotten in the habit of doing it because I used to stream on a 250 gig SSD laptop. So it never occurred to me to local record because I thought I'd just fill up my my SSD instantly. Cursor was being a bit laggy there, not too bad though.
Jesus Christ. Sparky.
What?
Sparky.
What?
You're so fucking
What, of my PB?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like... I didn't know this was possible. An extra 150 million cycles per second, doesn't it? Wait, what?
Yeah, 150 million cycles per second does it, really.
Yeah.
Do it, Tensho. Boop Matt's nose.
I surely have optimized, I have to optimize movement in a dungeon, like I'm not taking a shortcut somewhere.
Don't pat me. I will fucking rip your dick off.
Ooh. I bet you do.
No, you want me to rip your dick off then?
Jesus Christ, Hazel. Stop making threats.
I will.
I probably split early one of these times and I've just never been able to keep up with it.
Oh, it's running hell.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've definitely split early on this split. That or I had much better movement.
Are we having a pat war? That's what we are.
I'll take Nepgeardum. I'll take Nepgeardum a second time, apparently. Wait, that was early. No! I chose Heart Dimension!
Fuck! Fuck! Well...
Yeah, their one died. As soon as I did that, their one's dead. Let's see if
Whoa.
No, I'm not even gonna try to continue, because I don't remember that maze.
I mean, if you actually learn that maze as well, then maybe you could have actually...
Yeah...
Because you had, like, nearly 30 seconds of time saves.
I lost a minute 30 on a run that had 2 minutes on it.
Yes, but you have to realize first.
Oh, trust me, I know, Matt. That was a huge choke.
Yeah, Sparky. Choke. Me earlier.
Change your split to be hyperdimension in bold letters. Let's see if I killed my save, though. That's what I'm concerned about.
Also, Matt, would you want to re-sync with us?
Oh! In the split second that I was holding up before I actually hit A on the save text, it moved up, so I overwrote my Crashbox save. That's not bad at all. I don't need that save. How do you bold text in live split then, Matt?
Caps lock.
How do you bold text in live split?
You do. That's how you do it.
Gosh darn it, Hazel.
Oh god, there was an earthquake northeast of Seattle at 2:51 a.m. I was awake at that time. Luckily, I'm not northeast of Seattle. I'm south of Seattle, so, there was a fucking earthquake and I didn't even know.
I don't think I can bold the split name, Matt.
You can!
I don't think I can.
You know how you do it? You just do it. That's how you do it. Please block me. So is that the only run you're doing?
Nope.
Thank
I'm
God.
going back into it. Trust me. I'm just trying to see if I can actually, make it bold. And it doesn't look like I can. But no, I can't bold it, Matt, so... The best I can do is make it say hyperdimension in all caps. Do you want me to start local recording, Matt? I mean, I could, now that that run's choked. Yeah, screw it. Hello, local recording. You're around an hour behind. I just choked a run to choosing heart dimension instead of hyperdimension. So now we're going back into it. And this time I'm local recording so that in case internet goes off or something, I am still able to verify this run on speedrun.com. And, yeah, we'll see what happens. But anyway, here we go. Let's see if I can get my menuing right on one of my first tries. Alright, went into the fight on the 29. Not as good as previous run, but again, not so bad. I menued nearly perfectly. It was purely that part of the end that lost me the time. Alright, music definitely needs to be adjusted, and I will adjust it in a moment. Alright. There we go. Much more manageable. I didn't get caught on the piece of collision this time. I might actually save time relative to my last split of this. Almost. Not bad though. Still very good for going in above 29 rather than the 28. I might be putting more load on my CPU by actually local recording, so that kinda sucks. I need as much of my CPU as possible to go to the game, so if I start noticing, like, time loss that I can reasonably see solely from starting a local record, I'm gonna go back to just streaming. Also, Matt or Hazel, if you're still here and you've joined a VC in my server, please tell me. I'll reset the run just to talk with you guys. I just don't want to feel alone.
I'm still here.
Oh. Has Matt said anything? Nope.
That's a big button.
Well, either way, I started local record now, so... Keep talking about computer parts. It made me do well last time. Ah, I got bad item RNG. Alright.
Ass at typing. That's the aim. Asus flying default. No heat sync on the VR and definitely needs to turn off cars.
Hazel, do you think local recording on OBS at the same time as streaming would put more load on the CPU?
It would put load on your disk, not your CPU.
My disk? Alright, I have more than enough space on my disk. Whoa, that was noticeably laggy. Holy crap.
Well, you might have to do one or the other, but...
Like, the game doesn't seem to be slowing down, but some actions have seemed noticeably floatier, which is bad, because the latency in the Bluetooth software I use already isn't the best.
Why is that CPU fan slot sideways? What the fuck?
Whoa.
There are two case fan slots on this MSI board. Heatsink on the VR ends.
Mm-hmm.
VGA, HDMI, I believe display port. There's no display port, but for 8 USB ports on the back.
Alright.
4 of them are 3.1 Gen 1, 4 of them are 2.0.
Oh.
There's PS2, DVI-D, Dual Link, which is compatible with analog and digital signals. And there's RJ45 gigabit. Comes with 2 SATA cables, the I/O shield, and the driver installation disc. I don't know if the cable installation guide that I don't need. But it's $80. It's cheap. And I get free shipping.
I might have to take my shirt off. Because it's getting hot in here. And I don't have time to go and put my fan on, so... Either way, you know how, like, when you sweat from your armpits, you can get, like, just frickin', like, balls of liquid under your armpits?
Yeah, and
That makes me ludicrously uncomfortable, so I'd be better off not wearing a shirt than wearing a shirt in that situation.
MSI Arsenal Gaming Bazooka V2. I've already checked this out. It has decent on the VR end, but it doesn't have all the stuff I want.
I'm not sure, but you might have gone a bit quieter.
2 fucking SATA ports on this bitch.
Whoa, that's not a lot.
And it's $85!
What the fuck?
From MSI!
Yeah, from MSI.
That's why MSI is shit at the lower end.
Yeah, I guess so.
They pull stuff like that. You have a high-end board. That's why MSI is okay, but they're still not the best.
Yeah, I get like 8 SATA ports on this motherboard, so...
Even my motherboard has 4 SATA ports. It's MSI lower end. It's A320 though, so it makes sense. It's a higher end A320 board.
That was bad. I could have saved at least 2 seconds had I, not sucked at hitting the enemy with the skill.
For example, this... Let me find it again. Manufacturer Gigabyte. Not
No.
Gigabyte. Azrock, because Azrock, I love Azrock. They're great for cheaper stuff, just cheaper motherboards. The Pro 4 that you're gonna get your little brother. It's at least 4? Yeah, I believe it has 4 SATA ports on it. And it's $75.
No, I got one frame slash. God damn it.
Good job. Good job, Sparky boy.
I'm not sure if that's actually one frame, but I do know that landing on a warp point makes it very hard to get it without waiting for around half a second.
It's $65, but its B450M has decent VRMs and no heatsink, but $65.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not bad at all. So is one frame slash like a fucking brain perfect thing?
In my mind it is. I'm not sure if it actually is. But when you jump and then land on a warp point and try to hit A fast enough, you will slash instead of going through the warp point. Which sucks, because that's around a second time loss. And every second counts when you're playing this game to the extreme that I am.
A B450 motherboard. It's a straight B450 motherboard. From...
Yeah, I lost a second. God damn it.
Yeah. Oh, the Gigabyte. Okay, this has a heatsink on the VRM. At least some of them, half of them. The other half
And
are...
Matt, it's not that I went for for heart dimension intentionally. I always go for hyperdimension. I just mismenued.
That's why it says hyperdimension in bold fucking letters, Sparky.
Yeah, and I'll remember. I'll even waste a second if I have to on that menu screen making sure that I get hyperdimension, because I can't kill runs like that.
You can save another second. It's easy to save a second.
Yeah.
It's just harder to get
You
that
can't
run back.
recoup, like, the minute and a half loss that is heart dimension. Because it has another maze section. And it being the 4th maze section, it's much longer and more tedious and more confusing than any of the previous 3 maze sections. So, it sucks.
You see, I get the B450M Pro M2. Like, it still has 2 SATA ports, though. It's $100, and it only has 2 SATA ports.
What the fuck?
From MSI, again.
Oh. Figures.
As far as I can see, this Aorus M motherboard
Oh my god.
has... Yeah, it has 4
I got
SATA
bad item RNG on both boxes.
This Aorus fucking motherboard, it's an Aorus motherboard. It's a gaming motherboard, just like MSI's motherboard. But it's $10 cheaper. It has a heatsink on all the VRMs, and it has 4 SATA ports.
I just
All
got
the central
Smashbox
heatsink
crash.
for the- Yeah, oh my god. I actually want this Aorus motherboard.
Yep.
Really bad.
I went too quickly. That was the problem.
This Aorus motherboard was great. It has 2 4s. It has 8 fucking USB ports on the back. 4 of them being Gen 1, and 2 of them being Gen 2, and the other 2 being normal.
So, has Matt even said anything?
Nope. I don't even think it's here. But yeah, if I can get like a DVI-D to VGA or HDMI to VGA adapter, that's like I know won't go bad after a while.
Alright, I'm gonna stop local record solely for the purpose of I want every bit of my CPU that I can get on the game, and I feel like it was causing problems.
But yes, that's $90 for that board is a good deal.
Give me a second to turn on my ceiling fan.
Do you have a ceiling fan?
Yes.
You lucky bitch, I have a... That's just awful.
What's awful?
My fan.
Oh.
This motherboard also has 2 SATA ports, but I only need 2, honestly. It's $79.
Much better. Alright. Let's go for it then, shall we?
No, let's not.
3, 2, 1, go.
Die. The ROG strict
Went in on the
focus
30, so not that good. If I could get just one hit and cancel it though, that'll save me a bit of time. I did
really
cancel the
want this
attack, so.
ROG board, Starkey. Like, I really want this ROG board. It has 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 scan slots. 1, 2.
I thought that was a later part in the run already. Oh, I'm frazzled. Alright.
I guess it has 3, but if I get a 3,000 or 4,000 RPM case fan, then I can just plug it. It's not recommended that I do it, right? I can just plug it into the optional CPU fan header. So, yeah.
It'll go off your CPU temps though.
And
Alright.
it's not necessarily a bad thing.
I wasn't saying it was.
And it's a ROG Strix board, which means it has 2, 4, 6, 8 USB ports on the back. HDMI display port, PS2, spit it out, which is just digital audio. Mic in, line out, line in, center channel or subwoofer, and then a rear channel output. Along with gigabit Ethernet. It's just a nice board.
Sounds like it.
Auto tuning, fan X4, OverClock RGB lighting. Yeah, yeah, it's good. $130 though, so
Dang.
also expensive. Oh, there's a sale going on the Aorus Pro, the Wi-Fi version, which has built-in Wi-Fi. It's $120 right now.
Hmm.
2, 3, 3 case fan slots. Does it really only have 2 SATA ports? Oh, I might just go and create the S4. Okay, S4. 3 PCI X16. 2 M.2 drives. PCI X4 or X? No, X1 I guess. Like, so. And then for I/O, it has 2, 4, 6 USB ports on the back, one being laser and one Type-C.
I have had atrocious item RNG so far.
That's awful. It has a Wi-Fi antenna port, 2 of them actually, and I know exactly where I can plug them in, which is really nice. Plug them into my fucking house.
Nice.
No matter what, I get. No, that wouldn't work. But no matter what, I get like 4 bars and 50 megabits per second.
Yeah. House Wi-Fi. The house is your Wi-Fi adapter.
Oh, that would be amazing. But it has DVI-D as well, which is perfect. And HDMI. So it's a good board. The normal Aorus M though is $85.
So when are you getting paid again?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm getting paid $30.
When? I knew how much, I just didn't know when.
Monday, hopefully. It depends on if my dad can actually give us $30. Might be 20, which still isn't enough for my motherboard.
Yeah. That sucks.
But if I do get that 30, I'm technically gonna have 80. And while I would love to get an X570, not X370 motherboard, it would like. I don't think I can.
Well, that sucked. I accidentally defended on ROM.
Oh god.
I only saved 5.5 seconds as opposed to like the 8 I could have if I had hit with ROM.
Well, that's still not terrible.
It's not terrible, but every second counts.
Yeah, but it's still not terrible.
At least we're not going for like ultra half-a-second world records here.
Gigabyte, E450, micro ATX.
I'm still saving time at least.
4 SATA ports. This is a really like packed motherboard. There's a backup BIOS as well, which is perfect. Like that's ideal. There are so many fucking VRMs on this thing.
Can you flash a new BIOS if it gets corrupted when you don't have a backup
Yes.
one? Oh,
No,
alright.
I don't think you can actually.
What?
You might be able to.
Can your
But
computer boot up if it can't get into the BIOS?
no, because the BIOS is literally everything to a computer. It's basically like what tells your components to do what. So without a BIOS, you're just done. That's why this dual BIOS system that Gigabyte has, it's worth saving up the extra like $30 that I'd have to.
So if my BIOS on here goes kaput, my entire computer goes kaput.
Theoretically, but there are ways to get a new BIOS. It's just really roundabout. And like, it's not good. But this is B450, it's micro ATX. But Gigabyte's selling really good motherboards for just over $100. With that backup BIOS technology and everything, it's not even technology, but still, that's really good. AM4. What's Asus selling for around the same price? Probably some $100. It's on sale. Oh my god, Sparky. This is the best thing ever. I never thought I'd see an instant of this happening ever. So it's on sale. The original price is $99.99. It's on sale for $99.09. Save 90 cents. Less than 1%. Or spread out. Oh my god, this is really packed. Not as many ERMs, but they might be stronger. There are only 2 chassis fins. Oh, fuck. There are only 2 case fans on this motherboard. A case fan slots for $100.
Oh, I managed to cut off that Fenrir just in time.
But I'd imagine that the IO on this thing is insane, and it is not. Jesus. Asus is ripping people off.
I mismenued.
Good.
That's at least 5 seconds gone.
That's still good, right?
It's not as good as it could have been, but I might still be able to PB by half a minute if I'm lucky.
By half a minute.
Yeah. I want to get a sub 57 eventually.
Well, it's definitely possible. And if you can't do it with your current hardware, just get a fucking 2080 RTX 2080 Super. It's the same cost as yours, and then give me the 2080. And get a new CPU, and now that'll be the end of it.
Nah, my father would be like, "What are you doing? You're sending off a $800 computer part to your friend? No.
I'll pay
If
it off.
anything, you should give that to your little brother." And Joshua would be able to play Fortnite at 500 FPS instead of just like 300 that he gets
Or
on my
like
laptop.
4K, not even 4K. It would be like 1440p, but like 144 FPS easily. Like more than easily. We'd probably be able to get 240 at 1440p. So
Alright, come on. Give me good item RNG. No! Alright, come on. Alright, I got good item RNG for one of them, so...
Yeah, Asus is ripping people off with their motherboards at this point. Except for like the Strix motherboards. Those things are good. But, MSI and motherboard. Let's check those out. Let's see what we can get for $100. The Performance Gaming B450 motherboard. Still only has 2 fucking SATA ports. MSI, why do you do this? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 PCIe slots, not like X16 compatible or anything, but like mostly X1. There's one X16, one X4, and then the rest are X1. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 case fan slots, CPU fan slot. And the IO, I imagine it's pretty okay too. Yeah,
No!
6 USB slots. Or
Dear fucking god, I'm mismenuing.
No. I'm talking about PC parts. I already know.
No, it's not
That's
because
not
you're
bad.
talking about PC parts, it's because I'm not hitting a certain button enough number of times. This is the second time I've gone to a location that I didn't need to. If I lose time on this split, I'm just gonna say restart the run.
Yeah, that's not a bad deal for $100, but it's not a good deal for $100.
Because I've already missed out on a lot of time saved that I could have gotten. So...
I'm very picky with my motherboard and shit.
yeah, obviously.
I'm thinking of going for that ASRock motherboard. I might have to. Like, they said it was coming by the end of the day at noon. And it's still not here.
Never
They
trust
had
United States Postal Service again.
No, it's UPS, not United States Postal Service. It's UPS.
It's UPS?
Yes.
What the hell?
And it's a day late. 2 days late, actually. Because it was a day's delay. And I ordered from Newegg, Spark.
I only saved 3 seconds. That's not worth keeping going.
Yes it is.
No, it's not.
Yes it is. You're still saving time.
You don't understand, Hazel.
Yes, I fucking do, Spark.
I've lost over 10 to 15 seconds that I could have had I played slightly better.
You can still get a TV off of that.
Well, I already reset the timer.
You're fucking good.
So I'm doing another run. Do I have ambient sounds up? No. It's just sound effects. It's just sound effects. And that sucks.
So yeah, unless I get like a $200 motherboard, I'm not getting a good deal on anything from NSI. That's why I'm not going for NSI, I'm going for ASRock, because ASRock is actually good for the low end.
Alright. I'm going again.
And then I...
In a 3, a 2, and a 1, and a go.
I know what I really want, 1 terabyte hard drive.
Sounds nice.
I can't get it though because I barely have enough for the motherboard, so...
Oh, this run sucks already. Nope.
Yes, Sparky.
All I have to do is hit a certain combinations of buttons.
Nobody that I know.
I was trying to save it desperately, but that was not coming through for me. Dear God.
What? Come on!
Can't you use your pudding? Hit exclamation point pudding list. Yeah, you can use your pudding!
How would I... Okay.
Alright. 3,
Oh
2,
hey, a super from
1.
Metal Gear. I don't know who the fuck that is. But that's a free 300 points, meaning I'm close to getting a super, or not super, fucking jumbo. Supers are 1,000. Yep. Wait, 625. Damn it. They went
Yep,
up
that's lost. If I had put Giro in ROM, or if I had put ROM in instead of Uni, that would have been good. God damn.
Uni is useless.
Yeah, it's frustrating to lose these runs to you can't menu well enough. It's like, yeah, that's only 3 seconds, but it really sets the pace for the run. Because if you're not going to do good on the very early menuing, you're not going to do good on the later menuing.
Sparky.
What?
Sparky.
Uh-oh. Huh.
Okay.
What's wrong?
$365 X570 motherboard.
No, sorry.
But Sparky.
I don't even. It would take me like a month and a half to save up that.
But Sparky. How many fucking case fan slots are there on this thing? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Winning on the 29.
7. Like there are like 5 to 7. This is. Wait. Okay. 1, 2,
Right.
3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 at least. Well, actually 5 at least, but. And there are 2, 4, 6, 8 USB ports, PS2, HDMI, Wi-Fi built in, along with Bluetooth, LAN, HD audio, or everything you'd ever want. Along with PCIe 4.0, so 15 gigabytes per second read and write times on some PCIe 4.0 SSD. Sparky.
What?
Sparky.
What?
There's a 2080 build with a 2700X going for $1,290.
What the fuck?
It includes 16 gigabytes of G-Skill Trident Z RAM.
Not RGB.
It is RGB.
Oh.
A X570 motherboard, I believe. No, B450F.
You knew back. Well, I haven't made much progress in my runs, Matt, so you
And on
haven't missed
top
much.
of that, it has a really nice case. Fantex Eclipse C300, I believe.
Oh.
And RTX 2080 from MSI. So, this is the exact same thing as what you have, except B450 instead of
B450?
Yeah.
Holy
But it's
crap.
ROG. It's ROG Strix. Which means it has 3 PCIe slots. 2 of them are X16.
I have 5 PCIe slots.
I mean like 2 X16. Like I mean like 2 X16, 1 X8, and then 2 others. I believe they're X4.
I have 3 X16s.
Yes, but yours is X470. Remember, yours is also $200, while this motherboard is $130. This motherboard's also RGB, so. The ROG Strix B450F gaming.
I haven't made much progress in my runs. This one looks promising, but the last few runs have been like, I miss menu in such a way that cost me a couple seconds. And it's like, yeah, I'm still faster than my PB technically, but it's not worth continuing the run.
Oh my god. There's X16, there are 2 X16s, 3 X1s, and then a PCIe X8. There are 6 on this one. 3 of them supporting GPUs.
I don't know why you can't disable ambient noise in this game.
It has 2, 3. At least 3 case fans. Probably missing.
Come on, good RNG. Got good RNG, nice.
It also has 2 RGB headers. It has, I believe, remember, this is micro ATX, I believe. No, it's just ATX. I thought it was micro ATX, but I'm stupid.
You're not stupid.
There's also an AIO pump slot on this.
Huh.
And a CPU fan option, or a CPU optional fan thing. So,
No!
for $130,
Fucking hell! This is exactly what I'm talking about.
So for $130, let's see what the IO is. Okay, I've looked at this before.
How much do I
Two
save?
Two USB.
Yeah, I should
3.1
already
Gen
be on
2.
my way over to frickin' Jingu.
2 USB 2.0 and 4 USB 3.1 Gen 1. One of them is Type
Ah,
C.
fuck.
Display port.
That was like an
PS2,
8-second loss.
So for $130, you get free 2-day shipping as well. So that's not bad at all. Matt, fucking stop.
What's Matt doing?
New. A tough B450M plus gaming for $99. I already looked at that. B450 plus gaming is $120. 4 SATA ports.
Yeah, I should have been in there already.
Okay, 4 SATA ports. Remember, this is $120. One.
Yeah,
One.
I only got... No, that's not worth continuing.
2 case fans. Not the best, but still. B450i. Oh.
This game is so precise when you're running it. It's so ludicrously precise.
Mini
And
ITX.
that sucks.
Holy shit!
Alright. Here we go again.
4 SATA ports. So that's these chassis fan. 2 chassis fan headers so far. Yeah, 2 chassis fan headers, so that's not bad. It's a mini ITX board, and I love it. It's so small. So small and cute. I like it. Oh my god. That's a
Went
lot
into
of
the fight on the 29, even with all that mismenuing.
HDMI 2.0, 4 USB 3.1 Gen 1, 2 USB 3.1 Gen 2, gigabit LAN, Wi-Fi built in, and our audio jacks, as usual. Jesus, there's also, it comes with a Wi-Fi antenna, an extension cable for, I believe, the CPU. Oh my god. Comes with stickers as well for the motherboard. That's a really good deal.
We got money.
Sparky.
And we share it. What?
Oh, we share the money, huh? Then buy me a $152 mini ITX motherboard.
It's a
Seriously,
simple
like,
flips meme. I didn't actually get money.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I probably couldn't even fit a mini ITX board in my case anyway. Probably too small.
Small.
But it's so adorable and I love it.
You're talking about this as if it's a living thing.
Yeah, I am. This is also, yeah, this is B450i. There's 2 M.2 slots on this tiny little thing, apparently. There's one. Where the hell is the other one? I don't see 2 M.2 slots, Asus. Where the hell are you hiding the other one? On top of the first one? That would make sense. Because it's really like confined in terms of space, so it would make sense for it to be stacked on top of each other. You just have to screw them both in at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, dual M.2. Oh! Oh, I think it is. I think they might be stacked on top of each other.
Neat.
It includes Intel integrated Ultra Wi-Fi. I don't trust that.
It's Intel.
There are fucking RGB lights inside of the audio jacks.
Why? Why
So
is...
because they don't light up normally, they're just black. But then they light up the color that they are normally. So you actually know which one to switch. Just to
Mine
add to
don't
the
do
RGB.
that.
Yeah, but this $152 motherboard does. There are there are 3 fan headers on this tiny mini ITX board.
Matt, why are you a-woing?
Ow.
Oh, woo. That seems like it has some sort of connotation.
Anyway, yeah, HDMI 2.0. Which means 4K 60 hertz. My RAM goes for $65.
Let me pat... Sparky! Pat the mouse!
Don't pat the nut. The nut will nut if you pat the nut.
Hazel?
What?
Why?
I'm very sensitive scalp, okay?
Apparently so.
Alright, don't do it, please. I'm begging you.
Met biche.
But it cannot even hit 5 bigger. Ah, here we fucking go, Sparky. For the price of a 2080, you can get a 2080 Ti. You can get a 2080 with an entire the entire rest of a PC.
Yeah.
An overclocked 2080, I should say. From Asus. And for $819, you don't get anything. You don't get shit. Sorry. You don't get a 2080 unless you spend at least $1,200. But still, that's a good deal. That's a fantastic deal considering you spent $2,000 on the same thing.
Well, I went for an X470 Mobo,
Yes, but B450's... Ooh, it's good. It's
as I
also
said, I went for
just
X470.
Just like X470, B450 is compatible with Ryzen 3000 out of the box. So, no need for X470.
I just wanted X470.
Yeah, I want B450 so I can upgrade to Ryzen 3000 if I get the money. Fucking beat Sparky Mouse in CPU performance, but not GPU performance. Unless I get a 5700X 350th anniversary, and then I'll do GPU fairly, but... Because I believe the 50th anniversary edition is meant to compete with the 2080. By the way, the 2080 barely gets 80 FPS in Quake 2 RTX. So you got a shit GPU. B350 motherboard. Jesus, Sparky, you got ripped off. You got ripped off heavily. You got ripped off. You know why?
Why?
There's a $350 motherboard out there from Asus. You know what chipset it uses?
What?
B350.
Whoa. That's closer to the start of the alphabet. It must be better.
Yeah. Also, X motherboards are just edgy. Sparky got an edgy PC. Oh my god, imagine edgy Ryzen chat.
I might overclock for you. But probably not.
Please.
Give me your RAM.
Oh my god.
Now, to bring back an age-old question. What would
Yeah.
you do if you had been kidnapped by a Neptunia character? Sabanya, I shall beat you no more.
It's already confirmed, so, if they're gonna kidnap you, they obviously want to do something.
What is it that they want to do?
Play games. That would be Neptune.
Nep would be like, you can use electricity elemental magic? Here, power my game console. Neptune, I'm getting tired. Come on, just one more game. Why do you even need me to do this anyway? Isti turned off the electricity 3 weeks ago. She said I have to do work. She also wouldn't give me any pudding. What?
Don't mind me,
You're just like, I need a lab assistant. Net.
For me, if a Neptunia character kidnapped me, I'd just kill myself.
Alright then. Interesting.
Because most Neptunia characters are terrible, and I don't like them.
I was gonna go through like each specific scenario, like
I mean, if
each character.
if Keisha kidnapped me,
Keisha's like,
I'd be very happy.
Keisha's like, I need to use you as a hostage to get Noir away from you. And you're like, ah!
I'd be fine with it.
You will be mine.
I decide the fate of mortals, John, is what I do.
I decide. Nah, I gotta get my voice ready. I decide the fate of mortals, John, is what I do. I love that.
3400G is going for $135 right now.
I don't know why I always have like such a... I'm able to manipulate my voice ludicrously, and it's stupid. Like, I hear a sound, If it's within my vocal range, which is fairly wide, I will try to mimic it. So you going like, Rise of chances.
Oh. Ryzen Chan is a hungry bitch.
Yeah. She likes them fast too.
Oh. Yikes. That's bad
Yikes.
for me.
It is. She likes her lowlies quick.
I have 3400 megahertz RAM, so
Yeah, I'm running 3466 with loosened timings.
I can't go past 3400.
I assume motherboard limits?
Yeah. But with the new motherboard, I should be able to go to 3466 and higher. I'm surprised I can even go to 3400 with it being 3000 megahertz RAM.
Alright. 25 seconds ahead coming out of Dark Purple
Like,
2.
Windows doesn't recognize it, and even expecting as anything higher than 3400. Actually, I have my motherboard box. Why don't I check what it supports?
I went with Noir first.
2656 flat face.
Prepare for poo-poo splits.
That's just face. That's not overclock at all. Okay.
I didn't mean to, but I went into Noir first. That sucks.
Wow, who would have fucking guessed that time? Processor not included.
Yeah, we have an internal CPU on your board. It can do things like add 2 plus 2.
I/O overview. I have 2 USB 2.0 ports, DVI-D, VGA, HDMI, PS2 combo for keyboard and mouse, 4 USB 3.1 ones, a LAN port, and the audio jack. It's not that bad for $55.
Doesn't sound like it.
But it only has 4 fucking VRM.
Yeah.
4.
With no heat sinks?
With no heatsinks, and most
Jeez.
motherboards I would like to tell this game have 6 at least. And they have a heatsink, so you wonder why I want to be 450 before.
Yeah, I do.
Wow,
Prepare for
that's
poo-poo
100?
splits, by the way. I went into
Prepare
Noir
for
art
poo-poo-
first.
Poo-poo splits!
Hazel!
Woo!
God dang it.
Ah!
Poo-poo splits!
This is your life now, dealing with the nut.
Yep. Oh boy.
Dealing with the big fat nut. I'm just trying to make you hate me at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm fucking dead inside.
Nice.
It's not nice. What the fuck?
What are you on about? Being dead inside is cool.
Yeah, I guess.
Why are the monster resummon items called Forbidden Twigs?
I don't know. Also, Sparky, you know what's bullshit?
What?
The 2400D is going for more than the 3400D.
Dang.
By $10. Oh, how to choose the best processor for your PC? When was this released? June 7th. It's garbage because it's gonna recommend Intel. Oh, it actually goes in depth and like into like live streaming, gaming.
Oh, I got 2 Twig RNG on Verdark.
workstation.
Optimal is 1 Twig RNG, but 2 Twig is still good. Especially since it was only like 5 battles. Man mismenus, discovers new strat.
Wow, back in fucking this guy was saying that Red Rippers only had 12 cores? When no, they had up to 32 at June 7th. What the fuck is this guy saying? Integrated graphics. Fucking 2200D destroys Intel with integrated graphics.
Oh yeah, poo-poo splits time.
Poo-poo splits! Poo-poo split! Here we fucking go! 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Here we go! Let's see how long it takes Sparky to fix his poo-poo splits. How long will it take? The world may never know. It may take him like 2 hours.
Keisha has been murdered once.
Poo-poo split.
Yeah, I know it's poo-poo splits. So it takes 2 minutes and 16 seconds longer for me to do Memoir Arc than it takes for me to do Net Arc. You know what's funny about like having poo-poo splits?
What?
It's like, oh, you saved so much time. You saved like 3 minutes of time. When in actuality, you're like barely keeping up with your PB or like your
Yeah.
current splits.
So life split just freaks out.
I don't
Oh,
know.
free gold split, bitch.
But it's like, oh, your previous segment was minus 3 minutes. Now your previous segment is like, oh, it's crap. Fool. Purely because you go to the wrong area first. And there isn't a set order for those areas. It's just... whatever you decide to do first. And I always do it Nep Noir, Lawn, and Vert. Holy god, RNG! Only 2 monsters on that fight? What the fuck? That can happen? That might save me some time. I need to wait for bad feeling. Alright, bad feeling. There we go. That's my tactic to avoiding the letter. There are a lot of times where I wonder why this game doesn't crash, because you just do something so ludicrously fast that the game never intended you to do that fast. Like, you saw that fight over there. That fight lasted less than, like, 5 seconds. I'm glad at least that we've solved the crash box thing. I'm gonna have to put that in the speedrunning Discord, say, alright, if you're experiencing crashes on your runs, do this. Cause I figured out the hard way from crashing so many times myself. Wait, what the fuck was this net arc? Hazel, I'm a minute ahead.
What the fuck?
I don't know what happened. What was that nep arc? Was it because I only got 2 monsters on that sole fight? What the fuck? I don't understand. That shouldn't have gotten me a minute.
Let's get some hogs in chat. Jesus.
Alright, let me get my party members in before I forget. Give me the Sisha. Scourge of the Universe. Doggo theme.
By the way,
Mm-hmm.
the ASRock Phantom Gaming supports up to DDR4 4666,
What chipset?
X570.
Just by XMP.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
You might want to ping Matt on Discord instead of Twitch. Because I've managed to... Now this is going to be very tight. If I make much of any mistakes, then this goes away. I have to get good vert arc RNG, I have to be able to choose hyperdimension, I have to be able to menu where I need to, and I can't really lose more than a few seconds aside from the extra time save that I have left. But if I pull this off, I've shut Matt up again. Maybe going to Noir Arc first is to strat.
Sparky, you do realize that with your new ramen technique, you'll hopefully save a few more seconds.
Yeah, likely.
Even if you get worse RNG, you're still saving a few seconds. This all comes down to menuing.
Yeah. Unless I get atrocious RNG. Which is not likely.
Hey dummy, look at Sparky's screen. Gigabyte Aorus Master, 3 PCIe X16 slots, 3 M.2 drives, 4 RAM slots, support up to 4666, I believe.
Fast RAM.
USB 3.2. 2 8-pin CPUs.
Ooh. I have two
Yeah.
8-pins.
Yeah, but I only have one.
Good menu, good
Yeah.
menu, good menu.
A shit ton of... Oh my god. How many does it have? There's at least 4 baseline slots. In the ROG crosshair 8-0 or B30. 2x16, 1x8.
Got decent aim.
The LAN ports can hit up to 2.5 gigabits per second
Nice.
on this board. Oh, ASRock's Phantom Gaming Board beats MSI's X570 Ace in terms of RAM speed by 66 megahertz.
You could probably overclock that.
You could probably overclock it on the fucking ASRock board too.
Yeah.
And the ASRock X570 Tai Chi, that's a beautiful board. 3x16 slots, just saying. Unlike that MSI board, actually it has 3 too, but it doesn't have any fucking K10 slots as far as I know. 1, 2,
Wait, no, undo. Alright.
5 at most.
I figured out my undo key.
See,
Give me
I
a
told you,
Ramu
you're
and a
saving quite
Giru.
bit of time.
I played near perfectly in Blonde Arc. Like, Ramu can hit enemies that Vert has to move to hit, which is good, because Ramu doesn't have to
Saves
move.
time.
Yeah.
That saves you a lot of time. It saves you a few seconds by itself.
Yeah. I don't know why I double split, but it's alright. I figured out my undo key. I also figured out my skip key. My skip key is comma and my undo key is period. I am definitely not done with Verdark yet.
You have like 7 minutes, 6 minutes around that. Not 7 because
Yeah.
fuck, we're a minute ahead.
But when I hit split twice, it was like 8-minute gold. I'm like, what?
Imagine
No.
golding by 8 minutes in this game. This
What,
close
you
to
just
being by the
don't,
PS4 game.
like, live split it for a long while, and you're like, alright, I'm gonna do live split on my speedrun now.
Yeah, you don't start live split until the very end, and you just spam through all of them. PB by 1 hour.
I forgot one of my twigs. Not a huge deal, but I need those twigs in case I don't get good RNG. One rabbit. Two rabbit.
Plus what?
4 rabbit.
Honestly, poo-poo splits.
Yeah, I know. 2 cobra.
Woo!
3 cobra.
Poo-poo split.
Well, that was bad RNG. I'm definitely not getting 2 twig.
Let's see what the RX 570 is going for. Steal 130? Wow, that's a rip-off. $362.99 for RX 578 gig. Normally $400. Jesus! $400?
Alright, I got 3 twig RNG on Verdark. Not as good, but still pretty good. I didn't have to use all my twigs. I didn't even have to fight the final cobra.
Well, you should still be able to theoretically, PB, like, in this.
Yeah, overall, definitely. And if I play a bit better, then definitely.
No, I mean, like, in this split.
Maybe by, maybe a second. But I'm not
Yeah,
getting that
but-
3-second gold I had earlier.
Yeah.
I can't believe I killed a run that good to choosing Heart Dimension.
So now you have an even better run.
Hopefully.
Like, a way better run. Like, this is not a poo-poo run.
Yeah, it's not. I also like it having you here to talk to me. It's very nice. Makes me feel less lonely. And it
Yeah,
helps
that's
me,
why-
like, use my subconscious to play the game instead of my main mind, which
And it helps
definitely
you
helps.
yeah, it also helps you get, muscle memory down.
Yeah.
Because you're not focusing on the game that hard. So you kind of have to rely on muscle memory.
Mm-hmm. It's also fun.
But yeah, that's why I like having you here when I actually stream.
Oh, trust me, I enjoy sitting there and being a fool on your stream too.
I need to get net mod though.
Well, you could join the TCG Discord and say that you're a streamer, but you're gonna have to stream, like, consistently each week. I think it was 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah, I can do that. Of course, there are exceptions, like if some of those aren't. I hope.
For what?
For streaming.
What, like being out of town or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, the mods are very nice, honestly. You don't have to stream every day. These are
Which I
real
would love to
splits.
stream every day.
These are real
Yeah,
splits.
they're real splits.
I went to Noir Arc before Nep Arc, so that's why you're seeing craziness on first arc.
Yeah, he got poo-poo splits. Can we just call that poo-poo splits from now on?
Yeah, pretty much.
Ooh. Ah, what? All I see in front of Iffy's face is just drive away.
Yeah, that's a song of this game. What of it? Good, I did not get 1 frame slash. Yeah, I'm losing time. Maybe not much, but some. I'm gonna have to work to make that up.
Okay, about 55? Yeah. 55 still. That's...
I'm on pace for a 56-59.
First train. What?
I assume Matt's taking a train somewhere.
No! He didn't just say that, he'd have to go to his first train. What, is it a training session?
Could be. I'm gonna try putting Ramu behind Vert and Ramu behind Nep. Because Ramu has a bigger hitbox, yeah. And that's gonna be useful to me. Give me the Ramu, give me the Ramu. There we go. Afimo base.
Afimo base?
Afimojas. Yes, I know it's the Affy Max base. I don't care. It's the place where you fight Affimo. Give me good RNG, please, please, please. Yes, good. Alright.
That's a couple seconds, I believe.
Yeah, at least.
Which is good.
Steamax has a cutscene in battle. Much easier to hit with.
Jesus! That was fast! Just...
Yeah, it was. Give me good RNG. Darn! I even slashed twice. Alright. It's not huge, but that does kinda suck.
Eh. It makes up for the RNG we got earlier.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So it's about the same. Fuck. That's fast.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Where's the Nep station cutscene? There it is. Whoa!
Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, baby! You saved nearly a full 10 seconds on that.
Yeah. And I executed well.
Oh my god. Hyperdimension!
Yes. Hyperdimension.
I'm gonna scream it at you.
Alright, please do.
Okay, I have my mic ready.
If you manage to clip desktop audio with you being lowered by 20 decibels, I'm going to be impressed.
I'm guessing I'm already a lot louder.
Yeah, a decent amount.
Yeah, because this mic is ass.
I almost took a wrong turn, but I was like, nope, that doesn't lead to that room. I knew it. And I was a god gamer. So that's
You're never a god
maybe a
gamer.
second or so lost, but that's not big.
Okay.
Oh dear god.
I'm gonna scream it at you, okay?
They're putting GBJ. Alright,
Oh
give
my
me
God.
the Uni, give me the Yuzume, and give me the Ramu.
You didn't lose any time on that.
Yeah, because I had 2 seconds of time saved there.
Jesus Christ. Rom is a fucking god.
Yeah, she is.
You're on pace for 5650.
Yeah.
Your sum of best is at 5404. Oh my god, you're pushing the game hard.
No, I'm not. That's poo-poo splits.
I know, but still. At a minute, that's like a 56 minutes.
Yeah, adding a minute might be reasonable. You got your Neptunia shirt on. Sounds good.
Why?
I have no shirt on.
Neither do I, because it's hot.
Yeah, so was it for me.
Because you're running a fucking game.
But I've got my ceiling fan going now, which is keeping air moving around in my room, so it's not that bad. Air never stagnates and gets super hot.
Super hot. Super hot. Super hot.
Jesus Christ.
You see, this is why I need to start
Imagine how
wearing
the
my
run
mic
would
or
be
my
at
headset.
4.5. Well, I'm getting a Noctua H cooler. We might be able to push it to there.
Might.
Yes, keyword might.
So I think at this point it is your fucking CPU
Yeah.
and your SSD that are limiting you.
Oh no, the SSD is fine.
I'm saying if you
What, upgraded to X570 and got a 12 gigabytes a second SSD, it'd be better?
15.
I mean, it might be, but it also
It
might
probably
give me
would.
no
It would load a
noticeable
bit faster.
benefit.
It would load a bit faster, so your GPU could actually render it faster. Theoretically.
I think the main problem is my CPU's not pulling it fast enough. Because my drive reads at 2500 megabytes a second, so...
Well, then I'd say that you need like a 3600 with better single core performance.
Yeah.
I'm louder than Sparky in his own stream, huh?
You're almost hitting yellow. If I had you off of yellow...
And that's me talking normally.
Yeah. If I had you off of minus 22 decibels, you would be clipping the fuck out of the audio. Because you're already pushing it into white. I can see that. Like, there's a little heads-up display beside the audio, and it's like, oh, this is how loud the audio would actually be. This is how loud the audio is on the audio meter. But this is how loud the audio would actually be. You're clipping the fuck out of desktop audio right now.
Well, sorry. Okay, get ready to turn your volume down because I'm gonna have to scream at Sparky.
Yeah. New strat. Oh, gear can be 999 then! Because you don't have to use Vert for quests, you can just use ROM instead. Gear can be higher level, meaning she can one-shot more things. Oh, that'd help. I don't know, I'm sitting here like cooking up new strategies while I'm on the pace of my life. Get my CPU clock speed up a bit more and I'll be on another pace of my life in a couple weeks. But this is really good for my current hardware. Running an AMD stock cooler to this like point is really pushing it, I think.
It is. It really is. Jesus. Lisa Sue be damned. Sparky.
What?
Remember to choose hyperdimension, okay?
I know. I'm listening.
Even if it takes an extra second to do it, choose hyperdimension.
I know.
And before it picks hyperdimension on the pace of your fucking life with the best net arc you've ever had.
Yeah, that net arc was insane. Jesus Christ. I don't know what was up with that net arc. I really don't. Either I just menued ludicrously well in addition to having a 2-fight going into Haunted City, but just a 2-fight wouldn't get me all the way there alone. It might be because I did Noir's arc first and therefore slowing Hyperdimension G assets and net arc takes less time.
Sparky. Sparky.
What?
Choose hyperdimension.
I know. I know, trust me. It's alright.
Sparky. Choose a hyperdimension, please.
I am going to.
And for the love of fuck.
I am going to. Trust me, I am going to. I would not give this up. To something as stupid as choosing the wrong arc. I'll just take a normal skill on Uzume. This PB is ruined because you won't shut up. Hyperdimension shows. You can now be quieter, I guess. You just gonna go silent while I'm in, like, the most crucial part of the run?
I was turning my mic down, don't worry.
Oh, alright.
If I need to turn it down more, yeah, I will.
No. You're fine. I can tell just by looking at OBS, you're fine. Don't mind me, I just forgot how skills work for a second. Why'd I go to the station?
Marky.
I know. I'm doing my best here, Hazel. I really am. I'm under a lot of stress.
I know you are, and I'm sorry.
No, that's alright. No! One frame! Come on! Not now. Alright. I just gotta get, like, I gotta get good movement and good menuing. That's what I've gotta do. Like, movement and menuing are of the utmost importance at this point. I need to cut every corner I can to the maximum that I can, and I need to cut every route that I can to be the straightest line to where I need to go.
Still a PB. Even if it isn't sub 57 yet. He's on pace for a 56, 54 though, so... I mean, that's probably gonna change. It's obviously gonna change with this split, but...
Yeah.
He still has a couple seconds to save, I believe.
A few. If I can menu to the portal well, that's good. Yeah, okay, that was decent. Not as quick as it could have been, but it's decent. Go to the portal. Go to the portal. Go to the portal. Go to the portal.
Okay. Oh my god. There are. Oh my god.
Go, 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 go. There's no event. I know there's no event. I need to maximize how far I go with my movement. Alright. That was me cutting nearly every corner I can. As long as an enemy doesn't cuck me, then we're there.
Oh god.
Oh, no, I screwed it up. I screwed it up. I screwed it up.
So close. Oh.
Oh, it
Well,
didn't even
still-
die.
Still a PB by like a lot.
Yeah, around 50 seconds.
You can easily get sub 57.
Yeah. A run like that isn't gonna come by for another while.
Still, you can get it.
Oh. I couldn't... Were my inputs... Did you see my inputs? Like, because I was hitting up on the D-pad. I was hitting up on the D-pad. It would not menu down to Ram's EXE.
That's bullshit.
It is bullshit. If I had been able to hit Ram's EXE, I would have been able to go NEP, go Ram, let Dark attack, NEP, Ram, and it would have been over. No, it wasn't a 57-16. If anything, it was around a 55-05 or a 57-05. I mean, because I split early because it didn't kill. No, it's not. It's not because I'm not using a wired controller. I assure you that. This controller is very reliable. It's just the game doesn't read inputs half the time, and it sucks. Alright. Either way, I think that's pretty good to end on. What did we accomplish? A lot. This was a very good run. It can still be improved. There is very much so room for improvement. You saw. But this is, and I'll take the 5710 honestly, because I split very late, and if if an admin watching this back decides, alright, your time was actually this, I'll change my final split to that. Because I am gonna submit this to speedrun. This is the first significant PB I've had in a while, but
yeah, and you didn't even like really practice for it.
No, I did not.
That was like,
we're gonna come back to
runs.
this tomorrow. We're gonna try again. We're gonna see what we can do. And
with that new ROM strat, you're saving a few seconds. Like,
yeah, and I think I'm gonna start going for Noir Arc first on purpose. Solely because, like, I got a ludicrous... There might be some loading stuff.
Yeah, there might be something going on with NetBark.
But either way,
because you weren't getting those ludicrous times until you chose Noir Arc first,
yeah,
on accident. Sparky Mouse finding stupid things by mistake.
Local mouse finds strategy by absolute mismenu. All right, you all have a good night, and I'll catch y'all later.